Welcome everyone! In today's video, I would like to show you a short guide on what I found to be the easiest way to complete a tier 11 delve on an undergeared character. By undergeared, I'm talking about the range of 640 item level. Undergeared for the delve. Maybe it is possible on even lower gear, but I don't have a character on that item level. Also, before we start, for this guide to work, you'll have to know your class, more specifically defensives, but damage and rotation are also very important. Oh, and the mount of the day is the Crimson Shredder Tank. This beautiful mount can be obtained by completing the achievement The War Within Keystone Master Season 2, which requires you to gain 2000 Mythic Plus rating. With that out of the way, let's get straight into the video. So, before we start, I guess I should mention the most important thing, and that is that this guide only works for two delves, the Mycomancer Cavern and the Fungal Folly. This is because the mechanic that makes the delves so easy is located only inside of these two delves. I've done this on my 643 item level Warlock, but for the footage I have my 645 item level Fury Warrior. My Brann was level 65, but the level of your Brann doesn't matter as much. Sure, it helps you, but it's not the main reason of me completing the delve. And speaking of Brann, I advise you to set him as a healer, and the curios don't matter, but in case you're interested, I used Mechasaur Easy Build Kit as a combat curio and Loot Raider as the utility curio. So, the main mechanic you're going to deal with within these delves are the spores. You use the spores and lure enemies into them. Some enemies cast spells, so make sure to interrupt them. From my experience, luring 3 or 4 enemies is doable. Use your AoE stun when needed. When it comes to the Underpin NPCs, the Underpin's explosive ally, the trio, seems to be the hardest. I'd recommend luring them all to the spore, and once they are in the range, use your AoE stun, since these guys pack a punch. Luckily, one spore is good enough to clear them. You might still consider using defensives and interrupts, since you'll get a dot if you don't. Other Underpin allies are simple, just lure them into as many spores as possible. When it comes to elites, they're the easiest of them all, since 2 to 3 spores removes them from the battlefield. And the rares aren't important, since you're skipping those. Now we come to the hardest part of the delve, which is the boss. The boss doesn't take a lot of damage from the spores. This is where Brann comes into play the most, since he'll be doing a good portion of the damage. I'd still lure the boss into the spores, since it still gives the boss the dot. You'll fight the boss for a while, but consider it as the Underpin fight, where you focus more on the mechanics and less on damage. As long as you do the mechanics and collect healing potions from Brann, you should be fine. Use defensives when needed, and fight the boss while moving towards the spores. And in case you're wondering, the spores don't affect Underpin himself, but the fight is still pretty easy and shouldn't be of concern, so if you get yourself the Wave Scrambler 2000, don't be afraid to use it. And once you're done, you'll get yourself a champion tier item, 7 gilded undermine crests, and some other goodies. And after completing 2 tier 11 delves, you will get a vault slot, which will grant you a hero trick item, which for undergeared alts is pretty good. And that's it for today's video. What do you think? Do you know any other cool strategies for other delves that I haven't mentioned? Make sure to let me know in the comments. And speaking of commenting, answer this question of the day. What's a food that tastes better than it looks? That's a thinker question. For me, I'd have to say asparagus. I love the taste of it, but even when it's cooked the way it's supposed to, it still doesn't look presentable. The taste's good though. What about you? Let me know in the comments. As always, thank you so much for watching the video, like it if you liked it, and make sure to hex the subscribe button and bell button as well. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Later!